events.
Right, so they talk about social media, like very common social media. They always ask like either for speaking, either for writing, and
Yeah.
you can see like they ask in different ways here. Like so, some people use social media to keep in touch with other people and news event. Do you think the advantages of this technology outweigh the disadvantages? So in here they say in terms of keep in touch with people and news. So people and news event, there are two ideas. At the same time, they also have similar topics. They say the use of social media is replacing face-to-face interaction among many people in society. So I feel like the second topic is more for communication among people,
Yeah.
but the
I'd
first
say it's
topic
more
is
focused on, yeah.
more like not only for people but also for news event, right? So the first topic is bigger. Would you say so?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you can start with, well, with the keeping in touch with other people. You can speak about face-to-face interactions lessening. But yeah, they're two quite different topics, I think.
You think so?
Yeah.
Right. So the first one they say more advantages or more disadvantages, right? So personally, I think more disadvantages. Now, actually, it's really hard to say because in terms of like COVID time, or in terms of like we get update with a like let's say natural disaster, and thanks to social media, you can mark, like you can mark that you are in safe zone whatsoever.
Yeah.
So it's really good, but in terms of like people become lazy in real interaction, socially awkward. That's the word that you taught me. So what's your personal opinion on that? You would say like
Ooh. So I think, in regards to, like, obviously, if we were just going to talk about keeping in touch with other people, then I think there are definitely more disadvantages. However, when you put the idea of news events in there as well, I'd say it has both advantages and disadvantages, especially for someone like me who's like an expat traveler. I'm
Yeah.
never really in my country at all. So without social media, I wouldn't ever be able to contact any of my friends or
Precisely.
speak to my parents or anything like that. It would be really difficult to get hold of people. So in that regard, it's great for keeping in touch with other people. Also, the idea of like when you meet new people, especially when you're traveling, everything's through social media. So to be able to keep in contact with these people that you meet along your journey, it's really beneficial to have them all kind of one place. And in regards to news events, again, both advantages and disadvantages. Like news is reaching people in different ways beyond the mainstream. So apps like TikTok, for example, aren't as regulated as Facebook and Instagram. So Facebook and Instagram are run by big corporations who are very focused on kind of right-wing politics.
Yeah.
They try to give the idea that they're not biased, but ultimately they are. The reason why in the US they've just pushed to ban TikTok is because young people are getting their news from anything other than the mainstream media now, which has obviously increased huge support for Palestine, all this kind of stuff currently in the news, and it's making a lot of issues and parts of history and kind of it's showing the true colours of nations because mainstream media aren't going to do it. Then it doesn't suit the mainstream media's narrative and lobbyist money to bring up and talk about all of the atrocities that have been done by the UK, the US, Germany, France, Spain, like all these big European countries that are
Right.
supposed to be like the hub of democracy. They are just completely now being shone a different light on due to these social media kind of
Right.
news. But then on the other hand, you've then got also a huge spread of misinformation, which has led a lot of people to vote in a different way to what they usually would. But this is all due to targeting by big media corporations.
So at the end of the day, should we say more positive or should we say more negative? Because they say do the advantages outweigh the disadvantages, right?
So
they say so. They say
the advantages. I'd say that.
Advantages outweigh disadvantages.
It's two sides of the same coin when you look at the advantages and disadvantages, because I think they measure in equal ways.
I know, but like we still have to say more. We cannot say like equally advantages and disadvantages. That's not how we cannot say in
maybe, that. Let's say no then. Just say whilst there are many advantages of this technology, whilst there are more advantages of this technology, let's say more disadvantages, okay?
Easier to write or in real?
Yeah. But then we can kind of say, like, in a way, we think that the disadvantages outweigh the advantages. However, it would be impossible to ignore the advantages that come from it as well.
So if we say more disadvantages, then the first body we have to talk about the disadvantages, and the second one we have to talk about advantages, right? Disadvantages. Sorry, first one advantages, first body advantages, and second body is disadvantages. But also we just say slightly more, just slightly with a pinch of salt. Not with a pinch of salt, but like. How to say like? It just slightly, like not to a fine line. Can we say there's a fine line?
Yeah, there's a fine line between outweighing the advantages and disadvantages, definitely.
Okay.